and join together in singing, "O Canada."
put stars next to two performances so far from Andre Blake, spanning roughly the last 5 minutes. And getting a chance to get a little bit of extra medical attention. Always fascinated as well to watch teams handling this. Steven Vittoria, who's not in the 11 tonight, but was in the 11 and played the full 90 on Saturday, spoke with the media and talked about how hot, humid it was, understanding that it was a very difficult slog for the team to deal with on Saturday. Backup keepers are Amal Knight and Jamali Waite for Jamaica. Gotta stay ready just in case Blake needs a little bit extra time and is forced to take some additional extension early. From the drastic temperature, both teams making the long trek back from Jamaica to Canada. I would imagine it would take something pretty significant to make Blake come off the field. In the last 19 meetings, Jamaica have scored multiple goals just 3 times against Canada. Most recently, you have to go back to November 19th of 2008, nearly 15 years ago in a World Cup qualifier, the 3-0 win. 2006 in a friendly, also in Jamaica 2-1. And in the Gold Cup in 1992, in a match played at Los Angeles, they lost 3-2. Those are the only times in the last 3 decades or so in which Jamaica have scored multiple times against Canada. Canada have never played in a Gold Cup. They qualified as CONCACAF champions in 2001, but due to security questions, they withdrew, as did Argentina. That was right after the terrorist attacks in the United States. And with the matches being played in Colombia, teams are being extra cautious. Throwing for Canada. Jamaica, meanwhile, have been twice to a Copa America in 2015 and 2016. They lost all 6 of their matches between the 2 years. Borient. It was the right idea tonight with the pants. David. Last touch by Mateba. Johnson. Andre Blake stings it forward. Kona intercepts. Eustachio. Laurent. David. Johnson. Switch of fields here. Davies. Where does he go? Davies. Eustachio. Pinnock sends it away. '20th minute, no score in the second leg between Canada and Jamaica. A spot in the Copa America on the line, as well as the semifinals of CONCACAF Nations League, where the United States and Panama await. Canada 2-1 leaders on the road in Kingston, Jamaica on Saturday. Stephen Eustachio provided the game winner in the 85th minute. Misty, cold evening here in Toronto with our broadcast crew. Michael Watring enjoying a Tuesday evening. Come in and stay a while with us. Gregory Lee launches down the field. Johnston pushes it away. Here's Shamar Nicholson. Had the goal for Jamaica on Saturday that tied the score at the time in the 57th minute. Jamaica nearly got out of there. 1-1. Bouter. Great work here. Lauren sprints. Lauren cannot get the angle. Good work from Damian Lowe, the 30-year-old. Andre Blake's teammate, rather, with Philadelphia Union in the MLS. Jamaica have not beaten a team from North America in Nations League play. Flags up here. Lauren again offside. A nod. Canada had gone 26 in a row unbeaten at home until this last 6-match stretch. Well, they've lost 3 of 6 and only won twice in that span. Nations League runner-ups against the United States. Borean knocks it down. Canada eyeing a return visit to the finals. They announced the other day that it'll be played in Dallas, March 21st and 24th. Semifinals first, third place match, and a final. Davies funnels and a sprint on. Davies wants it back. Might not have been the right location for that ball, and Blake flies it down the yard. Bailey knocked off of that from Icona. Stockhill scored his first goal in 2 years for Canada. And the game winner on Saturday, 85th minute. Jamaica has been a better second half team in this tournament, with 8 of their 11 goals now in the tournament coming in the second 45. But urgency required this evening, needing at least 2. And then defensive strong performance as well to qualify for the Copa America and pull off the comeback. Canada looked poised, though, here in Toronto to handle this situation. Johnston. Eustachio. Clever through the middle. Space opens. Kona carries. That was a perfectly designed pass. Davies! It flies in. Alphonso Davies scores. The celebration is on here in Toronto. It took an extra second off of the deflection, but Alphonso Davies puts Canada ahead 1-0. It all started with a pass from the midfield. Davies continued his run, and the Reds celebrate here at BMO Field. There it is again. Look at the pass. Just the eyes to even see that ball through. And on the first ball, Davies bounces it off of Blake, who gets another touch to it. Lauren wanted Davies to get the goal, and it trickles home. They're double checking this with VAR. And they don't need any longer of a look. Well executed across the board. Kona sets it up. And the additional pass feeds Davies. And Alphonso Davies scores for the second time this calendar year. And for the 16th time for the Reds. Nothing really changes with that goal for Jamaica. They know that they need 2. Regardless still, but the 2 now would require extra time this evening. Davies carries it forward. His pass, though, too strong. And Andre Blake grabs it. Those are the moments that very few teams in CONCACAF have a player like Alphonso Davies, one of the best in the world. Jamaica now feel like they need to answer in a hurry. Borjan picks it up. And that is exactly what Heimir Hallgrimsson was talking about in the pre-match. Felt like they could potentially get some chances if they held the defensive line forward, but now down 3-1 on aggregate. Goals imperative. Otherwise, it is going to be a date in the play-in for one of the final 2 spots in Copa America. Trinidad and Tobago and Costa Rica await there in the play-in already. Johnston. His pass out of the reach of Buchanan. Lee intercepts. Spinning ball. Here's Reed. One man forward. It's Nicholson. Nicholson punches it into the air. The flag up. He was originally determined offside when he scored on Saturday. Here's a really good look of it right down the line. Not by much. Closer than I think some of the fans thought here. But nevertheless, Derek Cornelius does very well defensively. Foul. And a bit of extracurriculars there. Leon Bailey, Richie Larea, and then Kamal Miller comes over with Shamar Nicholson as well. Well, perhaps Milan Borjan coming out after watching the United States last night, and Serginho Dest arguing with the official on a ball that may or may not have been out of play. Got a yellow, and then promptly a second yellow and sent off. That put the Americans down a man. And Trinidad and Tobago capitalized, scoring twice, winning 2-1. The U.S. still through thanks to the 3-0 win in the first leg. Half hour in the books here in Toronto. Canada 1. Jamaica 0. Alphonso Davies scoring in the 25th minute. Bailey chips it to the sideline. Gray points. Gray picks it out. Bailey again right in the middle of the park. So dangerous on Saturday. This time on the first real chance for Jamaica. Doesn't get a lot on it. That is absolutely one, if you're Jamaica, that you love everything about that. And that's one that normally the Aston Villa man finishes. Here's Nicholson. Borjan was alert early, and if he wasn't, Bailey would have had another crack at it. Instead, the counter on. Slamming on the brakes here is Davies. Laurent, David. Offside. There's been a palpable excitement here at BMO Field in Toronto, with Canada looking to get back to a semifinal in what has turned out to be a fairly tumultuous calendar year. The manager sacked after the World Cup performance that did not net them any points. 3 losses in the group stage. Very difficult Group F. Croatia and Morocco both making the semifinals out of that group. And then the loss, as I mentioned, in the friendly to Japan, but Canada can put a punctuation mark on 2023 with the performance that they're having right now, and eye a date in March in the CONCACAF Nations League Finals. Davies. Talk about a man that is very confident right now. Sometimes it doesn't have to be a banger or a golazo. It's a man confident and strong again. Davies, after the slippery match on Saturday, excellent so far tonight. He's put his thumbprint fully on this pitch, not just because of the goal that he scored. They're expanding this field to meet the World Cup standards to 45,000. Have to have at least 40,000 to host a World Cup match, which they will do in 2026. Laurent coming. Blake. Good denial. Blake's doing his part in the back. Even on the goal from Davies. It was 3 red jerseys in front of him. He got enough of a piece. If there was anybody back, might have been a chance to clear. But it bounced in right between Davies and Laurent. Slicing ball out wide. It's a really good touch from Gray. It's been a nice addition to the 11 tonight. Canada more content in a defensive position at this part. Johnson. A high arcing ball in. Borjan right on top of it. Chest pass forward. And here comes the counter again from Canada. David. Buchanan. Now Davies eyes his target. Low lining ball in, bounced away by a sliding defensive work out of the middle. Damian Lowe getting there first. Here's another look at it. It's really good work by Lowe. Definitely mishit it rather. But enough of it to get it away, and a corner kick coming for Canada. Jamaica need 2, if not more at this point. 2 would force extra time. 3 or more would get them through. But Canada in full control, tripling up the Jamaicans on shots on Saturday. And decisive in this one, Davies. He knew David was open. And then a takedown and a free kick coming. It's been a strong performance by Canada. All the credit goes to the Reds. Andre Blake sets this one up. So Alvin Jones for Trinidad and Tobago have the decisive game winner against the U.S. from a similar distance, although probably had a better angle than this. Eustachio and Davies prepared. And it will be Eustachio curling it around. How about that? Blake fortunate because Kamal Miller couldn't get to the top of that ball. There have been some space opening up. Jamaica need to go forward. They need two as it stands right now to force extra time. They have to find a way to limit the chances of Canada right now. And the Canadians aggressive, assertive. Pinnock switches fields, low. Nicholson. Reed. Retreating for Jamaica on passes. Tough to keep things going forward as Canada able to get into two little blocks to shut down windows. Bailey. Bailey swings it through. Nicholson. And yet again, nobody making those runs in the middle. 38th minute. Closing in on halftime here. And it would be the 5th time in 6 matches here in Nations League play that Jamaica go into the locker room either level or behind unless something changes dramatically here. Johnston shuts down the arrow. No foul whistled. Play on for Canada. And a foul whistled. Closing in on the end of the half. Canada has extended its margin on aggregate. 3-1 now. Those 2 road goals playing a big factor as well. Flags up, offside. Davies slightly off on the pass. And a wry smile as he hands the ball back. Look at it, and it's a good look from the official. In the final 5 minutes of the half, can Jamaica respond? Jamaica had that great chance with Bailey right at the top of the 6th, center of the frame as well. And if not for a slight slip, might have been able to have something make a difference there. Wasn't that big of a hill to climb. In fact, when you look at it, Jamaica were the closest of any team trailing after the first legs. The U.S. and Panama 3-0 winners in Honduras 2-0 over Mexico. So Jamaica being down 1 goal was just a few steps shy of what they required compared to the other groups. Davies slammed on the brakes, overran the ball, frustrated again. And you're starting to sense that electric talent energizing this Canadian group. Another look at Davies again. See him immediately react like that. The Bayern Munich man, 23 years old, 4-time Canadian Soccer Player of the Year. Canada have not lost on North American soil in over 4 years to a Caribbean opponent. That was to Haiti in the Gold Cup quarterfinals in 2019. Trying to keep that line intact here this evening. A 1-0 edge on Jamaica. And roughly 50 minutes away from a spot in the CONCACAF finals, Nations League, as well as the Copa America. And there will be 10 World Cup winners there. Here's Davies. Choices. Bends it around. Buchanan. Hefty on the touch. And Jamaica sends it away. Flag up. Offside. Chance of Canada here at BMO Field. Another takeaway. Lauren looking for Davies. Instead, Blake fortunately wasn't heading back towards the pipes. Here's Reed. Foul though whistled on him. Otherwise it would have been a promising start to a counter for Jamaica. Yep, definitely hit his hand. The Reggae boys down 1-0 tonight. Alphonso Davies' goal in the 26th minute has given Canada breathing room. Ball stays in play. Blake. Through the middle it goes. Mateo there. Johnson chips it. Here's Bailey. Does well to avoid two despite losing his balance, but David provides the interception. Davies again cannot hold on. Nicholson. Gray. Inside of the box, Gray bends it around. Nicholson was there, and he just couldn't get the redirection that he needed. It's the second time that Jamaica has seen Gray pull the strings, and it's the second time where not enough of the ball was tapped after the pass. So close to perhaps an equalizer. That's what has been in the back of Jamaica's minds. 2 minutes of stoppage time here in the first half. The quality of chances have been so good in these two legs. Shots from less than 10 yards away frequently when they've taken them. Now the volume of shots hasn't been there, but when they have taken shots, they've been in extremely dangerous locations. Bailey hit a pipe in the first leg. here in this one as well. Some chances right on the doorstep that just have not been finished so far. The good news for Jamaica, their second half team. 8 times they've scored in the second half in this tournament already. And that is what is going to need to happen in the second half. And the questions will be, what kind of changes are made from Jamaica from a tactical perspective? Do they bring on an extra attacking player? They added Shane Beckford to the lineup with Michael Antonio out with an injury. They made the attacking change as well to the 11 this evening, bringing in Gray, and that has been a wise choice. Couple taps around, and Canada perhaps eyes another stoppage time goal in this matchup against Jamaica. David and Eustachio. Davies sends it backwards. And Canada more than happy to hold on to possession until the end of the first half. And there is the first half whistle. Canada on its home field and its own soil sees Alphonso Davies score in the 26th minute. And Canada has the 1-0 edge on Jamaica at halftime. Halftime highlights come your way right around the corner with Canada on top of Jamaica in the second leg. 1-0 and 3-1 on aggregate.
Stream the
Welcome back to Toronto. Getting ready to kickstart the second half of play. Alphonso Davies' goal in the 25th minute has Canada out in front by a goal to nil tonight and 3-1 on aggregate. Jamaica is going to use a halftime change. They're going to bring in Michael Hector, replacing Joel Lete-Bauder. Two defenders. Hector plays for Charlton Athletic in League One in England. So that'll be the change at the break. The question becomes, for Jamaica, how much longer can you sit back and not force the issue? Have to get one, you would think, early in this second half of play. (1-0). Canada out in front. Second half starts. Jamaica need 2 to force extra time and keep Canada off the board. Michael Watchalong and our broadcast crew with you here on this Tuesday evening in Toronto. Jamaica gave up a goal in the 85th minute and allowed Canada to win the first leg 2-1. 2 away goals valuable, giving Canada a little bit of an added buffer that would force extra time if Jamaica were to score twice. The Reggae boys have scored 8 times in the second half in this tournament. Do they have more second half magic? Johnson able to latch on. Promising there, at least in terms of the numbers getting forward. Changes will be made for Jamaica. Instead, the answer is Lauren has it. Davies springs it through the middle. David. Shot gets blocked by Pinnock and out. Corner kick coming for Canada. Here it is again. Patience, poise. The defense strong and steady that time from the 30-year-old Pinnock. Hooking ball around. Jamaica clears the first. Eustachio back in. Kona whiffs on it. Eustachio back on. Larea does well under Nicholson's pressure to keep it away as well as continue the build. Canada trying to get back into their shape after the corner. Eustachio. Well handled by Lowe. Reed. And here comes Jamaica now. Johnson shifts it forward. Gray sprints. Gray curls. Leaf. Bailey hits the crossbar. Did it go in? He thinks it did. There is no goal. Bailey again hits the woodwork. He thinks it went. Here it is again from a different angle. Take another look. Bailey. Does his frustrations continue? It looks like it does. That looks like it stayed out. So many chances for Leon Bailey and nothing to show for it so far. Bailey has hit the woodwork twice in these 2 legs. This time it's the crossbar that keeps him out. Inches lower, and it's 1-1, and it's game on. Here it is again. Take a look at where that ball hits, and it looks like it actually hits the chalk on the way down. This might give us a better vantage point, and certainly it does look like it did not cross that line. Certainly not in its entirety. Mark that one down again. Another great chance for Jamaica. Nicholson. Johnson had his eyes on Bailey once more. Questions for Bailey now. Where does the confidence sit? Johnson. Here's Bailey once more. Bailey pings it off of Eustachio. It's a corner. On Bailey. with Bayern Leverkusen for 7 years. Aston Villa in his first season. He's been a goal scorer in his time. He's scored 5 times. Had the winner against Haiti in October. But he has frequently been denied against Canada. Borjan deciding what he wants to do here. All sent in. Eustachio pushes it away. The first 5 minutes, if you're Jamaica, you have to be excited with what you've done so far. Just need the goal now. Bailey nutmegs Kona. Reed bounces it off a defender. Nicholson pointing out, this is where I would have liked the ball. Didn't end up getting there. More minutes to go. And the Jamaican fans hoping these are just a sign of things to come in terms of the attack. Canada leading 3-1 on aggregate. 2-1 in this match would mean extra time. Will there be some drama here in CONCACAF Nations League? Lorea, Nicholson. For a moment, Miller brings it right back. Bailey punches it backwards. Now Hector sets the formation. You know Jamaica will be aggressive. Hector funnels through the middle. Mbakisa hesitating. Lorea does very well. I thought he had actually won possession on top of that. Instead, Mbakisa comes backwards. Into the box this one goes. Borjan in the right position. This is the interesting fact about this. It feels like maybe there's some separation. It feels like Canada's very much in control. But one goal from Jamaica makes this a knee-knocking conclusion here in Toronto. Davies, shifty. Davies once more. Alphonso Davies. Shut down on the attack. Ethan Pinnock does extremely well. The Brentford man shuts down the Bayern Munich product. Johnson spins it wide left. Set here for the Jamaicans. Just 2 shots in the first half. Canada not necessarily more prolific, just 4. But Alphonso Davies capitalized on his chance. And you talk about a game of mere inches. You talk about Davies' goal. And hit the post. Here's another look at his skill set. But Pinnock so strong, does so well, poised in the box. Davies' shot hit Blake, hit the crossbar, stayed out, and then spun in. Meanwhile, Bailey, roughly 5 minutes ago, took the shot. Here comes a yellow card as Milan Borjan is down, and it looks like Nicholson is going to be shown a yellow card, the first booking of the night for either side. The goal scorer from the first leg for Jamaica. Go in the books here. It is again, Nicholson coming over. Kind of incidental contact ultimately at the end of it. But enough. Cesar Ramos put the booking out there. Well, actually, from that angle, it definitely does look maybe a little bit more like Nicholson was unable to avoid. He's making his argument to Cesar Ramos, and he will not win that. Jamaica winless in their previous 8 CONCACAF tournaments against North American sides. We have to go back to the last time they beat Canada back in the Gold Cup of 2017. It was a 2-1 decision. 2-1 could be the magic number here tonight for Jamaica to force extra time. Who joins the United States and Panama in the CONCACAF Finals in Dallas in March? The world's oldest national team tournament, Copa America 2024, kicks off in June at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta and wraps up in Miami on July 14th at Hard Rock Stadium. Canada did not play when they qualified for their lone Copa America in 2001, citing security reasons. Meanwhile, Jamaica have been there twice, back-to-back years, 2015, 2016. Jamaica, one of the 5 teams that have received invitations multiple times since 1993, outside of CONMEBOL. Alfonso Davies' goal is the difference at this point in time. Only time that Jamaica have left Canadian soil with a win was in the group stage of 2015. Blake nearly made a mess out of that one. 1-0 against El Salvador on this field in front of nearly 17,000 fans. Larea called for the foul. Leon Bailey, twice in this match, has had chances. And just as I was saying in the first half, now they overrule the call and say it's a foul against Jamaica. Here it is again. Bailey comes in. Grabs the shoulder of Larea. Foul whistled. And now both parties having their say. Damian Lowe, nice smile. And Milan Borjan steps in to get his teammates away. Here's another look at it. Lowe coming in, thought he got the ball cleanly and was able to get back up, but Eustachio going down. At this point in time, just hope, if you're Jamaica, that you can keep your wits about you and find a goal. Damian Lowe was given a yellow there, so that's the second yellow picked up by Jamaica in the last few minutes. Reed called for the foul. Now, how often have you watched a CONCACAF tournament and seen the game spin on its head in the second half. And that is what both sides are trying to avoid at this point. Spinning wide right. Buchanan measures. Hector comes in. Eustachio in there as well. And Hector clears it away. Ending ball in. What a flick on. And it is cleared away. David, such a good flick. And a foul whistle. How about this flick? Davies puts it in. David. Lauren closest to it. Isa standing in there as well. Alfonso Davies putting his thumbprint on the night. 25th minute goal. Has Canada out in front 1-0 tonight, 3-1 on aggregate. 30 more minutes to go for Canada to produce back-to-back wins. Take out Jamaica. Davies trots back defensively. Larea. The dash on. Larea. Low this time. Cleanly wins it. And on that yellow, needed to get it right. Watching and our crew with you, enjoying this one here on a rainy evening in Toronto. Canada 1, Jamaica 0 in this match in the quarterfinals of CONCACAF Nations League. 3-1 on aggregate in favor of Canada. Don't let the score line and the stats mislead you. Jamaica have hit 2 posts in the 2 legs. They've had numerous chances within 10 yards. And have not scored. Fine work here. Nicholson! Jamaica have a lifeline. It's Nicholson for the second time. And aggregate is 1. 3-2 Canada. The energy on the Reggae Boys side now. How about this? It's a giveaway. Low again. How about the presence that he has brought onto the field? And Nicholson scores. Wow. What a moment that is. Starts with a low takeaway. Ends with a Nicholson rocket. He has scored now twice against Canada in the quarterfinals. And the nervous energy returns here to Toronto. And now all of a sudden, perhaps, Jamaica can make something happen tonight. They're double checking this with VAR. And after getting word that it is okay, we get back into action. And what an interesting final 27 minutes this will be here in Toronto. Jamaica have not scored multiple goals against Canada in the last 9 meetings. A foul whistled on Gray. Well, the Canadian fans trying to get behind their group again. Here's where we stand. 1-1. Canada would advance in this scenario. If Jamaica were to get a second, extra time would be on the board. And from there, that is the only scenario in which extra time would be required. Shamar Nicholson, 35th cap, plays in France. Now 12 goals for the Reggae Boys. The foul whistled on Hector. Canada has perhaps its first change by the fourth official. Jonathan Osorio is standing by the fourth official. And we're hearing word that it would be the all-time leading goal scorer in Canadian history. That would come out. Kyle Laurent. Reed. He takes it away. The mad dash on for Jamaica. Gray bends it around. Nicholson! Jamaica are back in this on a mad dash down the pitch. Shamar Nicholson with a brace in the span of minutes. And we're tied on aggregate as Jamaica has taken the lead. Wow! Canada get exposed. 4-on-3 break. How about Gray's pass? Nicholson, all of his legs to get there. Right through the wickets of Borient. And Jamaica have their first multiple goals against Canada since 2008. The 66th minute goal officially, and a stunned silence has gone over the crowd here in Toronto. And we are tied on aggregate. As it stands, extra time on the table. Shamar Nicholson, a brace. And Jamaica riding the wave now. How does Canada respond? Larea picks out Davies. Davies bends it around. And it's over Lauren this time. It stays in play, however. Buchanan gets to the second phase. Buchanan breaks down one defender. And it bounces off of Johnson in the end and goes out. Second time Nicholson has scored a brace in a Nations League match. Happened in the 2019 group stage against Antigua and Barbuda, a 6-0 win at the time. Davies loops this one in. Lee sends it away. Davies once more in. Flicked on. Canada back in front. Ismail Kona puts Canada back out in front on aggregate. A bonkers 5 minutes of play. Jamaica with 2, Canada with 1, and the Canadians rescue the moment for now. Here it is again. It's the second phase. The inability for Jamaica to clear. Davies, what a pass. Kona, what a redirect. Blake, no chance. Nicholson in the 63rd, the 66th, and now it is the 21-year-old midfielder who plays for Watford. Well, the stunned silence does not last long. If you're just joining us, you're missing some incredible football here in Toronto. 2-2 tonight, 4-3 on aggregate for Canada. And now extra time off of the table. A Jamaican goal would put Jamaica through. If this score holds, or Canada scores again, it would be the Reds moving forward. The United States and Panama awaits. Low. David. Johnson. What a difference the halves make. Very defensive opening 45. Davies' goal in the 25th minute. Jamaica just 2 shots. And then they score twice. Cannot turn away now. Here in the quarterfinals. Hector taken out by Davies. There is no foul. Davies, so strong, so balanced. Davies funnels through the middle. David, is he taken away by Lee? Goals aplenty in this one. And what has turned out to be the best matchup of Nations League so far. It's lived up to the hype in the last 10 minutes. Maybe a moment for the spectators to catch a breath, but certainly not the time for the players. 3 goals in roughly a 6-minute window. Two from Jamaica that had given Jamaica so much energy, so much enthusiasm, but they couldn't clear defensively. And now Lowe, able to work around Miller, keeps it in play, but feeds it right to Bailey. Bailey stabs it forward. Nicholson retreats. Johnson. Sent here for the Reggae boys. David had it for at least a moment. Johnson really made a mess of that sequence. Plenty of time left in this one, as we've seen from that 60 to 70 minute window. Thanks so much for joining us with our broadcast crew here in Toronto. Michael Watchalong bringing you the action here. 2-2 in this match, 4-3 on aggregate for Canada. Mbakisa able to get it past Miller. Throw-in coming here for Jamaica. And we will get changes for the Jamaican side. 3, in fact. Osorio, Mark Anthony Kay, and Junior Hoylett all coming in. They replace Lauren, Kona, and Buchanan. The all-time leading goal scorer, Lauren, out. Buchanan, who's had some really nifty passes. And the man right now that is the hero for the Canadians is now Kona. Hoylett, last man to come onto the field. So 3 Canadian subs in that window. Their first 3 of the match. Jamaica have made just 1. They had 1 preparing in that last sequence, but they elected to bring him back. Flag down, low. Into the air this ball goes. Bailey brings it down, low, brings it through. Nicholson leaves it. And is it a foul or what is it? Or is it a handball? Let's take another look at this one. Ball bouncing in. Is there anything there? They're going to take a look at VAR as well. Here's another glance at it. All thrown through. Let's see where it goes. Looked like there was a ton there, but the official standing right on top of it. So it's on this initial ball that it hit Eustachio in a hand. That, I think, is where the conversation is coming. Let's see. Hits his arm. Definitely hits his arm. That's a much better look at it. And that's why a penalty has been given. And now Jamaica have a chance. Cesar Ramos talking with VAR referees as they continue to study this, and it's also giving both sides a chance to relax for a moment. Still no official decision made. This is obviously a monster moment. Everybody's having their 2 cents given to Cesar Ramos. And now it appears as if he's going to send everybody in their separate ways and set things up. Who is going to take this moment? Borian, 36 years old. He's 6 feet 5 inches tall. Might need all of that. And there is Bobby Reed, the 30-year-old, the Fulham man. 27th appearance for the country. Massive moment in this one. Jamaica trying to take the lead. The whistle blows. Borian studies. It is Bobby Reed. Reed strides, steps, strikes, scores! Rippling the rope. Jamaica leads. And as it stands, it's the Jamaicans stunning Canada. And with 12 minutes to go, could be through to the CONCACAF Nations League final. Well, Reed waited. Here it is again. Eustachio, the handball. And then Reed. Short steps forward. Hits the net. Borian goes in the wrong direction. And what a last 20 minutes this has been here in Toronto. As it stands, Jamaica are through on away goals. And the Canadians, how about the last 72 hours for Stefan Eustachio? the hero on Saturday. An 85th minute goal that propelled Canada to a 2-1 win in Jamaica for the first time in 35 years. And tonight, a Jamaican side that have never beaten Canada on Canadian soil. It is Eustachio's handball that has allowed Jamaica to gain the lead in this match. And for the first time tonight, Jamaica controls its destiny to advancing to the CONCACAF Nations League Finals. My, how the tables have turned. And remember, moments ago, Canada brought off the nation's all-time leading goal scorer in Kyle Lauren. Well, now 10 minutes to go. Jamaica desperately needs to defend. 3-2 Jamaica out in front. Michael Watchalong with you. Thanks for stopping by. Fasten your seatbelts for the finish. Here's Alphonso Davies. Nobody in there in red. Eustachio thought about it for a moment. Instead, Johnston. You know the defense will be tested down the stretch. Jamaica have used just one change. Will there be any more to bring in some additional defensive reinforcements? Davies. Davies spins it back. Touches it. Initial shot blocked. Bringing it down, Hoylett. Johnston bends it around. Jamaica gets it away. Reed, Bailey gets past one, unable to get past the second. Through the middle, David shooting, Blake gobbling it up and falling to the ground. On a night that started with exuberance for Canada, Alphonso Davies scoring in the 25th minute. They had the lead at halftime. A Jamaican team that has now scored 11 times in the second half in this tournament gets 2 goals from Shamar Nicholson in the span of 3 minutes. And before Jamaica can breathe and have a sigh of relief, Ismail Kona scores a header from a Davies pass in the 69th minute. Canada equalized in this match, went ahead in aggregate 4-3. But Jamaica, having never scored more than 3 goals in a match against Canada in the series history, have scored 3 times tonight. Eustachio called for a handball on what seemed to be a harmless cross in the 76th minute. And after some arguing, some conversation, Bobby Reed, short chopping steps, scored. And now a yellow card given. More yellows to be shown. Gray gets his. And now if you're Canada, you have to be very, very careful. Nicholson, Gray, and Lowe all on yellows. Jamaica taking a boatload of time off of the clock. Canada makes the change as well. Liam Millar, the Preston North End man, is onto the field. Johnston comes out. And we restart play in the 84th minute. Andre Blake will take more time off. Time-wasting measures in full effect now. That ball sent to the bleachers. Gray has picked up a yellow and now a red. It's a second yellow for Gray, and he gets a red as well. In the span of moments, he sends Jamaica down to 10 men. Talk about a catastrophic moment. The 27-year-old who plays in Saudi Arabia picks up a second yellow. Inexcusable moment for a man that had scored in 3 of his last 4 matches. Here it is again. This ball pushed down. And then Gray sends it away. And Cesar Ramos was over there. The whistle had already blown prior to that. Gray having his thoughts. The United States played with 10 men last night, conceded twice. And the mountain for Jamaica, that was more of just a hill at one point moments ago, has grown in size. And a frustrated Gray sent off. And even more of a chance now for Canada. Jamaica lead right now with the away goal. And CONCACAF after dark starting early on the East Coast. Time left for the Canadians. Osorio the target. Lee. This ball headed right in the path of Canada. Millar. Now Davies. Alfonso Davies. Through the 18. Bounced around. And it's cleared away. This is a seat squirmer of epic proportions tonight in the quarterfinals of CONCACAF Nations League. Eustachio blocked. Overran here. Nicholson has it. Nicholson loops it forward. Bailey, the target, unable to bring it down. It was the right idea, and Bailey had a little bit of a hole. And now he goes down. Canada will not stop play. So now there's just 9 field players on the pitch right now for Jamaica on this half of the field, with Bailey down and Gray sent off. 87th minute. David bends it in, headed by Millar, brought down by Blake. And he will hold on to this as long as he can. There's Leon Bailey back behind. And now Blake chucks it to the sideline. And Cesar Ramos is not having it. It's a throw for Canada. Eustachio. Davies bends it around, headed to the ground, out of the 18. Reinforcements arriving. Hoylett. Millar once more. Decides to pass with the left. An open header for David. Never close. What a chance. What a ball. Nobody marking David. Second leading goal scorer in the history of Canadian football. And now Bailey might see his shift come to an end. This is a match that is difficult to sum up. Talk about how this leg even, or how these legs even got started. In Kingston, Jamaica on Friday, a torrential downpour and the deluge forcing a delay till 10:30 a.m. the next morning. It got started. Canada scored in first half stoppage time. Nicholson answered in the 57th minute. And then in the 85th minute, Eustachio scored to give Canada a 2-1 win. Its first win on Jamaican soil in 35 years. Tonight, Canada win ahead 3-1 on aggregate when Alfonso Davies scored in the 25th minute. They allowed just 2 shots in the first half. They led at the break. Leon Bailey hit the crossbar in the opening minutes. Canada make a change here. Eustachio coming out, and the Columbus Crew start, Jason Russell-Rowe, coming in. 21-year-old will have a chance to make his impact, and Eustachio will not feature the rest of the way. The highest of highs for Eustachio and the lowest of lows as well. Jamaica also making a change. And Leon Bailey is coming out. And Deshaun Bernard, who started the first leg, is on, adding some extra defensive work. And it is going to be a frenetic defensive effort down the stretch. Shamar Nicholson got Jamaica on the scoreboard in the 63rd minute. He scored again moments later in the 66th on a great pass from Gray. And Jamaica had tied the aggregate and had taken the lead 2-1 in the match. But within minutes, Kona scored on a Davies pass. And then the penalty and the Reed PK finish has Jamaica out in front. 9 minutes of stoppage time tonight. What more can this game feature? Back and forth we go in the Nations League quarterfinals. Canada the reigning runners-up, and Jamaica, meanwhile, trying to advance to the Nations League finals, overcoming a 2-1 deficit, entering the night, and 3-1 after a half. Davies feeds it forward. Millar screams through. Millar shoots, always wide. Blake watches it out. Jamaica can kill some time. Here it is again. No deflection on its way through. Nervy moments back in Jamaica. This match has had it all. These two legs have had it all. From the deluge of Friday to the heat of Saturday, and now to a mix of both. Some sprinkles and chills this evening in Toronto. Here's Larea. Bumped off of the ball. Miller to the sideline. Jamaica playing with 10 men. Davies. Blake picks it up. Lamar Gray picking up a yellow card in the 83rd, and within seconds picking up a second yellow and getting sent off. And Jamaica have played the last several minutes down a man. They have used as much time as possible as this ball's headed away. Jamaica will be glad to hold on to possession. Miller pushes that ball out. Frustrated for sure. Jamaica have followed up their previous 2 international defeats with victories. They haven't lost consecutive games versus CONCACAF opponents since early 2022. This ball sent through the middle of the park. Blake, once again, stings this one to the sideline. Davies measures, brings it down. And Jamaica sends it down the yard. Stays in play just long enough for Miller to bring it forward. A third of the way through the minimum 9 minutes of stoppage. Larea. Corner kick coming. And we will get a change for Jamaica. Tavon Gray, a man from NYCFC in MLS, is coming on. And Gregory Lee is coming out. Fresh legs in there. With Gray coming onto the yard. Does Alphonso Davies have another magical moment tonight? Boomerangs the ball back post. Blake just with the left hand. Sends it to the sideline. Miller. Back to the top of the 18. Hoylett. Too high this time. Closing in on the midway mark of stoppage time here in the second half. This would be a moment tonight that Jamaica will hold in its lore for years. And Canada will have what has been a frustrating, aggravating, and challenging 2023. Finish with another disappointment. This time in Toronto against a Jamaican team that has never won on Canadian soil. Sixth minute of stoppage time now. Davies, Millar, and now Davies. Don't give him too much space. Millar, ping-ponging ball, last touched by the 24-year-old Canadian. Jamaica gets the throw. Davies shuffles it over. Hoylett, poise, pushes it through. Jamaica sends it away. Miller all the way back. Canada are unbeaten in their last 29 matches when scoring multiple times within 90 minutes, including 27 wins. That ball pushed away. Throw incoming. Does that string end tonight? In the box, this one goes. Davies can't latch on. Jamaica looking for a third appearance in Copa America. Canada has never played a match in Copa America. Invited in 2001, withdrew due to security concerns, hosted in Colombia. Shamar Nicholson a brace. Gave Jamaica the energy surge that they needed. And despite perhaps what could have been a devastating blow, conceding in the 69th minute. A harmless ball seemingly on initial search hit Eustachio's elbow. A penalty given, Bobby Reed. A flawless finish. 8th minute of added time. As Canada shock Jamaica. Davies throws it through. Reed sends it along. Milan Borjan all the way out. Really doesn't need to man his area at this point. Jamaica playing with 10 men for the last 10+ minutes. And Amari Gray was sent off. Davies picks out the middle. Larea. And the substitute sends it back towards midfield. Nobody's seated here. Nervous Canadian fans watch. Hoylett. Miller. Mark Anthony Kay. Davies. Somehow split two defenders with that pass. Then Nicholson sends it out to the sideline. We're into the final minute of the minimum 9 minutes of stoppage time. Canada need a shot. Here's David. Jonathan David. Everybody in the box for Jamaica now. Hoylett, two defenders on his attention. David pushes one in. Headed through, still loose. Bodies colliding, shot swinging. Millar bounces, shoveled away. Low. Canada surging. David. Millar is offside. And was that Canada's last stand tonight? Here it is again. Lowe just couldn't get that one away. Hoylett with such a good punch. And indeed, Millar is off. Will there be enough time? There will not! From the depths, Jamaica advance to Copa America and the CONCACAF Nations League Finals. 3 goals in the span of 15 minutes. From the lowest of lows to the highest of highs. And into Copa America, Jamaica beats Canada on Canadian soil for the first time ever. And the Reggae Boys can celebrate. The celebration on a cold night. Despite coming back, falling down a man, Jamaica are through to the Copa America for the 3rd time. The final score tonight, 3-2. They advance on away goals. For our entire crew, I'm Michael Watchalong. Good night, everybody.
This difficulty demands an ease specialist.
Yeah, that's me. Geico makes it easy to get coverage for what you care about. Cars, apartments, jewelry.
Jewelry?
Goonie.
It's easy to Geico. At Jiffy Lube, it's our job to make car care make sense. With personalized service reviews that swap the car talk for straight talk, so you know what your car is telling you and what to do about it. Putting you in the driver's seat of car care, that's a job for Jiffy.
This is the GMC Sierra. Available